Why I'm keeping the Citi Strata Premier in my collection and in my wallet. What's up, guys? Luke here with Luke's Points and Miles. Today I just wanted to speak on what I've been thinking about for the last few weeks. If you watched last week's video, I feel like I really only need 2 annual fee cards for my entire setup and I could be completely content. But the more I think about it, the more I can't shake this Strata Premier card, and I have a few reasons why I want to share with you today. But first, if you are new around here, I talk about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, and travel. If those are things you could be interested in, consider subscribing. And if you get any value at all from this video, slap that like button for the YouTube algorithm. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Why I'm keeping the $95 annual fee Citi Strata Premier. Let's get the most obvious reason out of the way quickly, and that is, of course, the multipliers. Now, I think there is more than meets the eye here, and I'll explain. Most of you already know about the 3 times restaurants, gas stations, and EV, and supermarkets worldwide. But let's take a look deeper into the terms and conditions. The Strata Premier will also get you 3 times on airfare and hotels. Now, here's the kicker. This includes things booked through travel agencies. So if you are someone who has a relationship with an agency, you can still take advantage of that 3x. Also, if you're someone who still uses sites like Expedia, then that will earn 3x as well. Sometimes it's just the best rate, and being a bargain hunter shouldn't be a bad thing. But let's talk about some other earnings. If you were to use the Citi Travel Portal, which I have, and I've had positive experiences, then you stand to earn 10 times Citi Thank You points on hotels, rental cars, and attractions. So let's pause. Is there a better way to book an attraction? Sounds like a great option to me. Now, this portal is significant because when you book a hotel stay of at least $500 total, then you'll trigger a $100 credit, just once a year. For me, this credit triggered at checkout, so it was immediate. I've said a few times lately, and I'll say it again, if you have travel portal phobia, you may miss out on some serious redemptions or some serious earnings. Sometimes it just does make sense. The example for me was when I took my dad to Panama for, I think it was 4 nights. I booked a courtyard or AC from Marriott. I think it was just over $500. It immediately took $100 off, and I still earned tons of Citi Thank You points. Let's continue with Citi Thank You points. I honestly love it when folks say, Citi has inferior partners, because Citi has great partners in my opinion. They have the airline programs I use most often. I'll mention them and how I like to use their program. Air France, KLM Flying Blue, big time international flights direct to Amsterdam or Paris, and also all over Europe. But I also book domestic flights on Delta using Flying Blue miles. It's a phenomenal program. Avianca Life Miles. I use those for international business class flights on Star Alliance partners. My next one, I'll be taking the entire family to Portugal flying TAP Air using Life Miles. Great redemption. You can also find some domestic United flights, but I have seen those to be a little harder to find. I'm not going to make this video an hour long talking about the partners, but they also have Virgin, Avios, Qantas, and Turkish. So there are a lot of good options for some pretty great flights. Citi does get some criticism for its hotel partners. They have Wyndham, Accor Live Limitless, and Choice. I'm not sure I'd want to transfer directly to Wyndham, but with Choice, the transfer rate is 1 to 2. So let me give you a pretty good example. Next month, I'm staying at a Radisson in Peru, which is a Choice hotel. I booked a King Suite, which has a cash price of $1,258. Fairly modest room. But I used 96,000 Choice Privileges points, which would be 1.31 cents per point. Not crazy, but that's pretty good value. Now, consider if those Choice points were transferred over from Citi. I would have only needed 48,000 thank you points, and that would have been 2.62 cents per point, which is very Hyatt-like. I think that's a great example of how looking into a rewards program can show you a little more value that might be a little less known. All Accor Limitless, I think, has some good options. I still need to look into that deeper. Oh, by the way, the only Hyatt in Lima, Peru, is in a different neighborhood that is more of like a financial district. Boring. So for all you guys that keep saying Citi Thank You points are not valuable, stop it. get some help. Next up, we have to remember that for years, the biggest knock on Citi was their lack of travel protections. Now listen, I know this part of the credit card game is boring and we don't like to think about it, but with the recent refresh, the Strata Premier now has trip delay, trip cancellation, and lost or damaged luggage protection. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you all the Strata protections, and as good as some hitters like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, we're not going to be comparing this card to the Reserve. It's not a fair comparison. This is a $95 annual fee mid-level travel card. But this card also has great extended warranty for your larger purchases as well. Almost done here, guys. The Citi Strata Premier has plenty of synergistic opportunities. My favorite one is the Citi Custom Cash. I'm not going to review the Custom Cash here, guys, but when it's paired with the Strata Premier, most folks can find a way to earn 5 times Citi Thank You points on a key category each month. When you're running a duo with a bunch of 3X, 5X, and even 10X categories, then you are earning the points. There are other synergistic products like the Citi Double Cash that earns 2 times Citi Thank You points on everything, and the Citi Rewards Plus that can give you a 10% points rebate when you redeem. So there is a way to really build this out, or just keeping it as a low-key complimentary piece. Last one, guys. Citi will generally give you some type of retention offer if you call them. Don't expect epic Amex offers though. Think more like $95 annual fee credited for spending $3,000. Something like that. I just recently got an offer for 10,000 thank you points for $3,000 spent in 6 months. Pretty easy to do. So if you've never called Citi for a retention offer, you might be missing out. Now let me give you 2 bonus reasons that don't actually exist, but my optimistic brain says it's very possible. 1, Citi is likely to release a premium travel card sometime in 2025, and if they keep it close to the former Citi Prestige, it may be a banger. Citi could really tilt the tables with something even close to that old Prestige card, but hey, we'll see. Second, I personally truly think Citi will land American Airlines as a semi-exclusive partner sometime in 2025 or 2026. Critics will say that will devalue AA miles, but that's not a given. Let me ask you a question. Would AA as a transfer partner change your opinion of the Citi Thank You Points program just in general? Guys, these are the reasons why I'm keeping the Citi Strata Premier. And let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of Citi as a program? And what do you think the odds are of them gaining American Airlines as an exclusive or semi-exclusive transfer partner in the near future? Guys, as always, if you have stayed all the way to the end, I thank you and I appreciate every single one of you.